Why am I getting ghosted? Why am I getting instantly rejected? Why isn't my resume getting attention? I can't seem to get any calls back for these interviews that I'm trying to get. What am I missing? What's wrong with me? If you're finding yourself asking these same questions, you're in the right place. Welcome to Hire Me Pls. I'm Gemma Lopez, your go-to career coach and recruiting expert. And in this podcast, I'm pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to succeed in today's job market. What worked in the past won't cut it anymore. So I'm bringing you myth-busting episodes. I'm debunking bad advice and giving you actionable steps to help move forward. So say goodbye to job frustration and hello to a career that makes you excited for Mondays. Whether you're feeling stuck or ready for a change, I'm here to help you navigate this job market with confidence and land a role you'll love. Hey there, and welcome back to the Hire Me Pls podcast. I'm Gemma, your career coach and recruiting expert. And today we are continuing with our framework by diving into goal setting. If you've been following along, you know that after the self-discovery phase, the next step is turning those insights into clear, actionable goals. But today, before we jump in, I want to introduce you to a new way of setting goals. We're going to move beyond SMART goals because while they work for some, they're not the only way to set goals that lead to success. And if I'm being honest, I am kind of tired of SMART goals. Like, aren't you? We've been preaching about SMART goals for the last 20 years. So I'll be introducing you to two powerful goal setting frameworks that I use myself and I use with my clients. And those are the GROW model, GROW, and the WOOP model, WOOP. And these approaches give you the structure you need to set meaningful goals while also addressing obstacles that could get in the way. And I think that that is such a big piece that people miss. Is setting goals is really great, but I think to take things a step further to make sure that you're hitting your goals is also to identify any type of potential obstacles that come in the way and just to continue reevaluating your goals. At least that's how it's really worked well for me. Goal setting is absolutely crucial because it provides you with direction. Without clear goals, it's really easy to feel stuck or uncertain about what to do next. But with goals in place, you have a roadmap guiding your actions and keeping you focused. But here's the thing. Not all goal setting methods work for everyone. And that's why I want to introduce you to two other powerful frameworks, the GROW model and the WOOP model. There's also the SMART goal model. There's other ones out there. And these aren't just about creating goals. They really help you stay flexible, realistic, and motivated along the way. And that just makes it easier for you to stay committed and actually achieve the goals that you set out for. Because if we're not actively working towards our goals, then they're not really goals. They're just dreams. So let's get started with the GROW model. It's a popular coaching tool that breaks down goal setting into 4 key steps, and I'll walk you through all of them. So the G, the first step, stands for goal. So first you define the goal. What do you want to achieve? This is similar to setting a SMART goal, but in the GROW model, you're encouraged to think about what success truly looks like for you. So ask yourself, what would the ideal outcome look like, and how will you know when you've reached it? That's a big key indicator there. How will you be able to track progress on this goal? And if you're not able to answer that question, just rework the goal. Do you need to be more specific? Do you need to be a little bit loose, right? Do you need to set a really, really big overarching goal and then break it down into mini goals? But just be sure to ask yourself, again, what would the ideal outcome look like? And how will you know when you've reached it? The next step is R, and that stands for reality. And the question to ask yourself is, where are you right now in relation to that goal? This step is about getting honest with yourself and understanding your starting point. So a reflection point would be, what challenges are you facing And what resources or skills do you currently have to help you achieve this goal? The next step is O, can be options or obstacles. And here's where we explore the options or the obstacles. What are the different paths that you could take to reach your goal? What potential obstacles might get in your way? By thinking about these things ahead of time, you can start to plan for them. And you can plan for them in many different ways. Maybe an obstacle is that the holidays are coming up and it's just going to be very busy. Like this last week was so busy with Halloween events and school events, and Halloween's Thursday this coming week. So it's like the last 2 weeks of October for me were very, very busy. I also know that Thanksgiving's coming up in November. December has a bunch of things happening, holiday parties, family gatherings, sports events, all of the things. So if you have that, that could be an obstacle is timing and all of the things getting in my way. So if I were planning to launch a goal and it needed to be done by the end of the year, I would definitely think about these obstacles of time. And could I give myself more time? Could I be more flexible with the deadline? Could I move my schedule around? So those are just some ways to kind of think about what the O for options or obstacles would be. In summary, a brainstorming question for you for this step would be, what could help get you closer to your goal and what could hold you back? And the final step is the W, standing for will or way forward. And this step is all about commitment and action. What are the concrete steps that you're going to take to move forward? You could also ask yourself, what's the very first step that you need to take to start progressing towards your goal? Now, the beauty and why I love the GROW model so much is that it doesn't just focus on the end result. It gets you thinking about where you are, what might stand in your way, and how to keep moving forward, which is just something that's so important. And it gets us to kind of look at the journey a little bit more and being a little bit more realistic about what's coming up. Where am I? What do I need to overcome? What do I need to consider? How can I keep going forward? How can I measure this? And it's just a much more realistic way than just saying, like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds by January 30th, 2025. That's a smart goal, but it doesn't really give you the meat and potatoes of what you need to get to your goal. The next model is the WOOP model. Now, I love this model as well, especially when it comes to overcoming obstacles. So, the WOOP model is designed to help you turn your wishes into concrete plans. And it's perfect for people who might struggle with staying motivated or who need help anticipating challenges. So, if you were listening a few seconds ago and you're like that sounds good in theory, but how can I apply this? Then the WOOP model might be for you. Now, let's break this one down. So the W, the first step is wish. So you start by identifying your wish. What is it that you really want to achieve? This is your ultimate goal or vision. A question you can ask yourself is, what's the one thing you want most to accomplish in your career right now? The O is next, and the O stands for outcome. What would it feel like if you achieved your wish? Visualizing the outcome helps create excitement and motivation to reach your goal. Imagine, how will your life or career improve once you reach this goal? And that's your outcome. The next O is obstacle. And here's where the WOOP model gets really interesting. This step asks you to think ahead about what challenges might come up. What's likely to stand in your way? What's the main thing that could prevent you from achieving this goal? And literally put it down. And then P is finally to plan. So once you've identified potential obstacles, create a plan to overcome them. What will you do when the obstacle shows up? This helps you stay proactive rather than reactive. You can also ask yourself, how will you deal with the challenge when it comes up? So I love the WOOP model because it not only focuses on your goal, but it also helps you mentally prepare for the bumps along the way. And it just makes it a little bit easier to stay on track when things get tough. So I remember when I started my business, this was in 2021, I had pretty big goals and I still do. If you know me, you know that I am a goal setter and that is just my jam. But the thing that always got in my way, that still kind of gets in my way to this day, if I'm being honest, was the obstacle of self-doubt. I kept thinking to myself, what if I fail? What if this doesn't work? What if I'm wasting my time? What if this isn't the right move? What if I can't do it, right? Like all of the what ifs. And that's why the WOOP model worked so well for me. Once I anticipated self-doubt as a real obstacle, I was able to create a plan to manage it. I would remind myself of my accomplishments. I would lean on my support system. I would really kind of journal out like, okay, is how I'm feeling reflective of the actual truth, or are my emotions running wild? When you take a step to really get clear on what might keep you from achieving your goal, that's where the magic happens and where you can make the most progress with yourself. So even to this day, I know that when things get scary for me, and I'm not talking about like actual danger scary, like there's a mountain lion outside my house or there's like, snakes or whatever, which I live in Texas, so there probably are snakes, but I don't know about those things. But when I start to feel like this random just heaviness, this anxiety, this stress about, oh my gosh, what am I doing? When I start to kind of feel like I'm flailing a little bit, that is another way that I catch myself and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'll look back and I'll think to myself, all right, is this my self-doubt showing up? Is this mindset gremlin that I have that's coming and knocking on my door right now? But being able to anticipate that that would happen, that makes me so much more self-aware, and it also gets me to deal with it much sooner and quicker and push through. So sometimes the key to reaching your goals, it's not just about pushing forward and just doing the thing, because a lot of the times we really want to achieve these goals. Like we're not intentionally not taking action. We're not like just sitting here saying like, well, that would be nice. But it's really about planning for the things that could trip you up and knowing how to handle them when they do. Whether you decide to use the GROW model, the WOOP model, or a combination of both, here's how you can start setting your own goals. Number 1, reflect on your self-discovery. Use what you learned in the self-discovery phase to decide what goals align with your values, strengths, and passions. Step 2, choose your model. Decide which model resonates most with you. Do you like the step-by-step nature of GROW, or does WOOP's focus on obstacles speak to you more? And number 3, break down your goals. Whatever model you choose, break your goals down into smaller, actionable steps. The clearer your steps, the easier it will be to stay on track. One of my favorite sayings that I come back to time and time again is, don't look at the whole staircase, just look at the first step. Because we can get caught up in, wow, I have so much to go. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to be done climbing these stairs. Or, oh my God, do I even want to do that right now? I'm kind of tired and I'd rather take a nap before I attempt the stairs, or whatever our minds will tell us, right? But if you just focus on the next step, it will make it so much easier than trying to psych yourself out to walk 30 steps, for example. Now, having clear, actionable goals, it gives you the roadmap you need to succeed, but it's more than just setting goals. It's also about having the right framework in place to help you anticipate obstacles, stay motivated, and move forward with confidence. And remember, the journey to reaching your goals, it's not always a straight line. You're going to face challenges. You're going to have hangups. Things aren't going to work out every single way we want them to. But if you're prepared for that, you can navigate through them and you can keep going. So here's a question for you. Which goal setting model resonates with you more, GROW or WOOP? And what's one obstacle that has gotten in the way of your goals in the past? Take some time today to reflect on which approach feels right for you and how you can start applying it to your own career journey. Now, that's a wrap on goal setting. Whether you choose the GROW model, the WOOP model, a combination or a mix of both, SMART goals, whatever you pick, I encourage you to take the time to set your goals with intention and create a plan for success. In the next episode, we'll be diving into strategic planning, where we'll turn your goals into a detailed action plan. And if you're finding this season helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, and join me next time. And remember, setting goals is just the beginning. Planning for success is how you'll actually achieve them. Until next time, stay focused, stay flexible, and keep moving towards your goals. Hey friend, if you enjoyed the episode, connect with me on LinkedIn and let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you're ready to take things further and say hello to a career that makes you excited for Mondays, book a 30-minute free career strategy call with me on my website at mycoachgemma.com.